Math minute number 39. Number 1 says, then the number 38.7165, what number's in the hundredths place? Well, let's review. So the first place value to the right of the decimal point is the tenths. And then it goes a hundredths, and then it goes a thousandths, and then it goes 10,000ths. So on this number, the 7 is in the tenths place. And then the 1 is in the hundredths place. So for this one, let's say that the 1 is in the hundredths place. Number 2, round the number in problem 1 to the nearest thousandth. So if I write the number out, 38.7165. We determined that, well, we know that the 6 is in the thousandths place. So I'll underline that. And the rule is we look to the number to the right. And if this number is a 5 or higher, which it is, it's going to add 1 to the 6. So that, which would make that a 7. So then we'd have 38.717. And then everything after that just goes away. So that number rounded to the nearest thousandth would be 38.717. Number 3 says the least common denominator of 1/4 and 1/6 is what? Well, this goes back to the idea of multiples. So I need to find the multiples of 4 and 6. And I always just do the first 5 multiples to see if we can figure it out. So the first 5 multiples of 4 would be 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. And then we'd have 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. And now I look at both lists, and we want the least common denominator. So we want the lowest number they have in common. And if I look at the 2 lists, the smallest number they have in common is 12. So the least common denominator for 1/4 and 1/6 would be 12. Number 4 says the black dots represent Beth's 3 hits. What is her score on the dartboard? Well, she got a 10, and then she got another 10, and then she got a 7. So if I add 10 plus 10 plus 7, that would give me 27. So that would be the total for her 3 hits on the dartboard. And then number 5 said if Beth hits a 5 on her next throw, what will her total be? Well, if I had 27 before, and then on the next one she gets a 5, 27 plus 5 would be 32. That would be her new total. Number 6 says, find the next letter and number in the series Z1, Y2, X3, W4. Well, if I look at the letters first, what I notice is they're going down a letter each time. So if I go Z, Y, X, W, the next letter down from W would be V. And then I look at the numbers, they're going up by 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, so the next one would be a 5. So our next letter number sequence would be V5. Number 7 through 10, we got some matching. So the first one, 7, says 9 times n plus 1. So we do 9 times n. 9 and n next to each other means multiply, or times. And then plus 1. So I look over here, and that matches answer C, so I'm just going to draw a little line there. Number 8, the square root of n. So the square root sign is this symbol. And then inside that I would put n. And that matches up with D. Number 9, n times the sum of n plus 1. So now we do n times, I'm going to put a parenthesis there because inside here I need to have the sum of n plus 1. And remember, sum means to add. So n times the sum of n plus 1. And that matches up with A. And then the last one, the quotient of 9 and n. Well, quotient means divide. So we would put n divided by 9, which that matches up with B. And that concludes Math Minute 39.